When Emily opened the dusty family photo album in the attic, she expected to see smiles frozen in time, birthday parties, vacations, backyard barbecues. But one face was different. Her mother. In every picture, her mom stared blankly, unsmiling, distant, like she was there but not really. And when Emily showed her grandmother the album, the woman turned pale and whispered, "Those photos should have never existed." Before we begin today's story, please let us know where you are viewing from. Please remember to subscribe if you like this video. Emily Harrow was 26 when her father passed away from a sudden heart attack. It was during the days that followed the funeral that she returned to the old family home in Maine, a Victorian-style house tucked between thick woods and weathered fences. The place felt like a ghost of itself, cobwebbed corners, silent halls, and the ticking of a grandfather clock that hadn't kept time in years. She wandered through the creaking floors, remembering childhood memories, her father's laughter, her mother's long silences. Her mother, Linda Harrow, had passed away when Emily was only 8. The story Emily always knew was that her mother died in a car accident. Her father had raised her alone, never speaking much about Linda, only saying she was special and fragile. It was a rainy afternoon when Emily found the album. She was cleaning the attic, sorting through boxes for memorabilia to bring back to Boston. The photo album was hidden beneath a box of baby clothes. Its leather was cracked, the pages slightly yellowed. As she flipped through the pages, her heart warmed at the sight of her childhood. Her first steps, birthday cakes, holidays with cousins. Everyone was smiling. Her dad, her uncles, her cousins, even the dog, but not her mother. In every photo, Linda looked wrong. Her eyes never met the camera. She never smiled. Her body language was stiff, as if she was being forced to stand there. In one picture, at Emily's 3rd birthday, Linda stood behind the cake, arms crossed, her mouth a thin line, and then there was something else. In the background of at least 3 different photos, Emily noticed the same thing. A figure standing behind Linda, barely visible, always blurry, always watching. Chills crawled down her spine. She took the album and drove to her grandmother's retirement home. The old woman, once warm and jovial, turned stone-faced the moment she opened the book. "Where did you find this?" her grandma asked. "In the attic," Emily said. "Why does Mom look so different in every picture?" Her grandmother shut the book with trembling hands. "Your mother was troubled. She saw things, heard things, things the rest of us didn't." "What kind of things?" "It started after your birth," her grandmother said. "She said there was something in the house. A shadow. She thought it was watching her, following her. We thought it was postpartum. But it never stopped." "Is that why she didn't smile in any photo?" Grandma nodded slowly. She said every time someone tried to take her picture, it came closer. Said the camera trapped it. "The shadow." Her grandmother's voice dropped to a whisper. She called it the passenger. Back at the house, Emily couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. The wind howled louder. The shadows in the hallway seemed darker. That night, she had a dream. In the dream, her mother stood at the edge of her childhood bed, whispering, "Don't let it follow you." She woke up drenched in sweat. The next morning, she decided to scan the photos digitally, maybe to zoom in on the blurry figure. When she enhanced one of them, the one at the Christmas dinner, the figure in the background had a face. It looked almost human, but its eyes were hollow, black pits. She shut her laptop. That night, something strange happened. One of the photos was missing. The birthday photo. Emily began digging through the local archives. Old newspapers. Police records. That's when she found it. A clipping from 1997. Local woman found dead in home. Apparent suicide. But it wasn't her mother. It was someone named Margaret Wren, a woman who had lived in the same house before them. The article mentioned bizarre behavior, hearing voices, claiming something lived in the mirrors. Another article from 1983. A family had left the house in the middle of the night, leaving all their belongings behind. The report said their young son kept speaking to someone behind the walls. And then Emily remembered something. Her mother's journals. She found them in a locked drawer in her father's study. Dozens of entries, all spiraling into paranoia. It hides in reflections. The camera traps it. It feeds on memories. I saw it standing behind Emily's crib. I screamed. But David didn't see it. No one sees it but me. Every time a photo is taken, it grows stronger. Emily remembered the missing photo. She looked through the album again. Now, 2 photos were missing. And in one photo that previously showed just her and her dad, now her mother was standing there. Her mother, unsmiling. But she was never in that photo before. Emily ran to her computer, opened the scanned folder. Her photos were changing, slowly, subtly. In each of them, her mother's image was becoming clearer, more central. And in one of them, a photo of Emily at 5 years old. Her own face was fading. The attic felt heavier that night. Emily climbed the stairs, the album in her hands. Her breath fogged in the air. Something waited for her. She flipped the album open. One page was blank. Then, before her eyes, a photo developed. It was her, sitting in the attic, holding the album. And behind her, a woman stood, her face blurred, unsmiling. Emily turned slowly. Her mother stood there, just as she appeared in the photos. Lifeless eyes, pale face. "You opened it," her mother said. "Now it wants you." "What is it?" Emily screamed. "The passenger. I tried to trap it. In the photos. It feeds on presence. On memory. You gave it more. You brought it back." The attic lights flickered. Emily dropped the album. The photos inside began flipping on their own, faster and faster, until they stopped at the last page. A new photo appeared. Her own face, eyes wide in terror. The next morning, a neighbor called the police. The front door had been open all night. They found the house empty. No sign of struggle. But the attic was cold, colder than the rest of the house. And on the floor, a photo album lay open. The last photo in it showed a young woman sitting in the attic, smiling faintly, though her eyes seemed to plead for help. No one recognized the woman. Her face was unfamiliar. But if you asked the right person, Emily's grandmother, perhaps, she'd tell you, "That's my granddaughter. But she's been missing for weeks." And in the background of that photo, just over the woman's shoulder, a figure stood, blurry, watching, smiling. Subscribe for more haunting stories based on real places, real people, and real secrets.